What's the deal, man? What's the deal, man? It's your boy coming at you again. More content. On my way to get it. Starting my day. On my way to get it as you should. You know, people put... God is going to put people in your life for a reason. People have seasons. Everything has seasons. Everything happens for a reason. So appreciate people that are in your lives while you have them, while they still here, while they still a part of your lives, because people can be taken away from you. Really, anything can be taken away from you at any time. So we gotta appreciate what we have and enjoy what we have while we have it. That's why it's not good to waste our time complaining and looking for negative things and stuff like that. We gotta appreciate the things we have, be grateful for the things that we do have, because like I tell my sons, you know, there's always somebody worse. It's somebody that got more problems than you, or you know what I mean? The situation could be a little worse. You complaining about your shoes, but somebody ain't got no feet. You know what I'm saying? You saying you don't like this type of food, but it's somebody ain't ate in days. So appreciate your situation. Appreciate what you have, because your situation could always be a lot worse than what it is. That's why I don't like to complain. I don't like to be around people that complain. I like to be around people that appreciate what they have and that are grateful. You know, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that my children are healthy. I'm grateful that I am healthy. I'm grateful that, you know, I don't have any problems with anybody. I don't have any enemies. I don't hate anybody. When people are rude to me, sometimes I try to kill them with kindness. I mean, of course, I have boundaries like everybody else, and there's lines that, you know, I won't let people cross. But at the same time, sometimes when people are running their mouth and talking and stuff like that, I just let them talk, because at the end of the day, it's just talk. When people are trying to engage on that level, they're trying to get you to engage with them on that level, come down to that level, you just got to kill them with kindness, and most of the time they'll back off. You know, or like I'm trying to teach my kids, you have to ignore people, negative people, because misery does love company. So when people are negative and people are doing bad things, they want to bring people down to that level. So I don't argue with people. I don't argue with anybody. I don't care who it is, what you're talking about. I'm not going to argue with you. What Pliers say? Oh, you want to argue? Yeah, I'm not about to do that. Too old to be arguing, too old to be playing crackhead games, not going back and forth with people about nothing. Kids, whoever, I don't care who it is. You feel a certain way? Okay, I'll agree to disagree all day before I sit around and call myself trying to argue with somebody about anything. And another thing, I was talking to a friend of mine. Well, really, it's actually somebody that I just met, but they're really positive, and I'm glad that I met them, and I feel like I met this person for a reason, and you know, it's yet to be seen. But we were talking about forgiveness, and you know, holding grudges and stuff like that. It's good. You gotta forgive people. Obviously, you're gonna expect people to be who they are, but you can't hold grudges against people. You gotta move on. You gotta forgive people. Let the past be the past. You know, at the same time, you can't let your guard down and let people take advantage of you. But at the same time, people are who they are. They're gonna be who they are. You can either accept them for who they are, or you can cut them out your life. But the people, if you want to be a part of these people's lives, you have to forgive. You don't necessarily have to forget. You don't necessarily have to forget, but forgive and move on. I had issues with my mother and stuff like that my whole life, and you know, a few years before she passed away, we had that talk, and I was able to heal and forgive, and you know what I'm saying, and move on from some of the things that I had a chance to heal some of the untreated trauma that I had in my life, even though it still has an effect on me today from the decisions that she made. It affected my life, but at the same time, I made amends, and it made me feel a whole lot better. It made her feel a whole lot better. It was beneficial to my kids. My kids were able to build a relationship with her before she died. So it's better to forgive people and stuff. And like I say all the time, to support people, it don't cost nothing. So it's good to forgive people, be happy for other people when you see people doing well and stuff like that. And you'll see more blessings starting to come your way. I'm not saying you should be doing good things to receive something in return, but it feels good to help people, especially people who are out there trying to help themselves. Because everybody needs a little help sometime, whether they're asking for it or not. You know? But yeah, just another beautiful day though, man. A beautiful, productive day. Like I said all the time, strategize and set goals for yourself. On your next step, your next move, your next plan. Execute these goals daily. That's what we gotta be on. That's what I'm teaching my kids. Hey, set goals for yourself. Okay, you gotta be working towards that A. Don't get content because the people around you say it's okay, or people around you say it's content. Oh, you did a good job. Well, keep striving to be great. Keep striving to be greater than you were. Elevate. There's always room to improve. Even if other people around you are telling you that you're doing good and it looks good and all of that, there's always room to do better. Always. We gotta move towards fulfilling on our path and fulfilling our purpose. You gotta find your purpose. What were you put on this planet to do? It's important. Finding out what you were put on this planet to do. Once you find out what that is, and you living in your purpose, and you stepping in your purpose with God, there's nothing that can stop. There's nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that can stop you when you have God. I was thinking the other night that, you know, one of my partners, he had told me a long time ago, like, if you don't have God, you will fail. And that doesn't necessarily mean just because you have money, that doesn't mean that you haven't failed. You know, people base everything around money. Like if you have money, everything's okay. That's not the truth. So as long as you putting God first and you putting your best foot forward, everything is gonna be okay. And we can't compare ourselves to other people's situation because we don't know what that person went through to get where they are. Everybody's circumstances are different. Everybody's DNA is different. So we can't compare ourselves to other people's situation. Each individual, we're one of one. So we got to carry ourselves as such, and we can't be comparing our situations to other people's situations, you know. But diet, exercise, strategizing. All of these things are important. Dr. Jordan Peterson, what he say? He tells his students that, hey, if your life is in shambles and chaotic and you living in what's the word, purgatory or whatever, the first step to start elevating, the first step to change, it starts with inside your home. Start with your room. Clean your room. Clean your living room. Clean your kitchen. Clean your bathroom. How your home or apartment, townhome, condo, whatever you living in. I don't care if you're living in a tent, if you're living in your car, wherever your living space is a representation of who you are. If I go inside your house and your house is filthy, I understand, okay, we have days that we didn't clean that day because we've been busy and stuff like that. I know the difference between that and a just flat out unclean person. If I go inside your house and your home is nasty, that tells me what type of person you are. Cleanliness is next to godliness. They say this for a reason. And you know, like somebody at my job, they were just like, oh man, why you be or why you be dressed up, and you know, it's just work and all that type of stuff. But I'm like, nah, in my mind, I'm like, nah, I don't be dressed up. I'm not wearing no suit or nothing like that. But do I like to dress nice? Yes. Do I like to have nice things? Yes. Do I want to put that in my kids' minds? Yes. Because you feel better when you present yourself a certain way, when you clean and you step out the house and you clean, you looking good and you smelling good. People are not going to want to deal with you. People are not going to have interactions with you if your breath stink and your clothes all dirty and wrinkled and stuff like that. People are not going to want to deal with you. E40 said it a long time ago, man. Ain't nobody going to want to give me no money if it don't look like I got none. So if you don't look like you doing something and you got something going on, ain't nobody gonna want to have anything to do with you. That doesn't necessarily make it right, but that's the way the world works. That's how the world is. But if you look like you got something going on and you sharp and stuff like that, people are more willing to want to hear what you have to say. So I know I talk about not being in the ego and all that type of stuff, but at the same time, when you step out the house every day, you at least want to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you smelling good and you clean and you know, looking right. Even if you just going to the store, you never know who you're going to see. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know what situation you're going to encounter. So it's important to, you know, carry yourself a certain way. And I tell my sons to hold your head high and, you know what I mean, look people in the eyes when you talk to them. Eye contact is everything. Eye contact is everything when you're dealing with people. When you shake their hand, actually shake their hand. Teaching my kids how to have some backbone about themselves. How to stand up for themselves, how to speak up for themselves. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to do it for us. So definitely, we got to have our shield, our uniform. You got to have God. You got to, in order to be successful, in order to live an abundant life, you gotta have God, and you gotta pass these values down to your children. The world is changing for the worse. The world is changing for the worse. You speak to people, sometimes, most of the time, people won't even speak back. Toward back in the day, you might People live next door to people for 10 years and don't even know their neighbor's name. Never spoke to them. Never went over there. Never offered a helping hand. Never anything. Never. The world is changing. You're supposed to love thy neighbor. So, but yeah, I just want to get on here, chop it up with y'all for a little bit, and just remember that you can get through anything. Stay focused, stay grounded, remember your purpose, remember who you are, know who you are, believe in yourself, believe in God, and you can accomplish or you can overcome anything. You gotta believe in your heart that nothing bad is gonna happen to you. Pay attention to your circle. Pay attention who you have around you. Then everything will work itself out. Stay productive. Yeah, man. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all in a minute. Peace.